Hi Taurus, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 6th to the 12th of October. Let's begin. I'm channeling a message here that you're recuperating your energy at this time. The energy you're currently embodying, before I even begin the reading, you're embodying this energy of recovery. You're recuperating your time, your energy. I feel like you've left a job recently, like you've quit a job. You haven't been fired, you quit it because it was toxic and it was kind of draining you. It wasn't it was draining you. And you're kind of in this moment right now where I feel like you don't know what's coming next for you. Yeah, I see you very worried. You're getting a lot of anxiety and fear about what's coming in for you in the future. You don't currently have another job lined up. You're not quite sure where you're going. You seem to be very confused about how to proceed forward in the best way for you. You're like, should I get another job that's similar or with experience, or should I get another job at all? Pardon me. Like you want to pursue something for yourself. You want to pursue working for yourself, something creative. You want to pursue something creative that will help you become and be more in alignment with who you are. Because you feel like the job that you just quit wasn't really in alignment with who you are, and it's left you feeling very. It created a lot of illusions for you that wasn't true. It didn't lead you down a road of enlightenment, illumination. It led you down a road of illusions. It's like a house of mirrors, is what I'm seeing, and it's like there's been smoke and mirrors basically, and that's why you've decided to abandon that idea. I feel like you wanted to go. This is a job for you, and so this is your confirmation that this reading is going to be for you, because I haven't started it yet. But when you first started this job, like the one that you quit, you wanted to become like a supervisor, manager. You wanted to become someone high up in the company. Like you had an ambition that would allow you to have more free time. As you're climbing up the ranks, you'll be able to have less and less responsibilities. Like you'll be able to detach and you'll just come in and do your work. But it seemed like it was just all an illusion to get you trapped in the first place, because when you started working there, the situation was completely different. It was like they were constantly on their last legs and they constantly needed, like almost like this battery. They needed a battery basically to help them run, and you became that battery for this company, helping them run. And you got sick and tired of it, and you watched a lot of people come and go because they were being used as batteries. You tried to move away from it as much as you could, but I feel like there was a lot of politics in your workplace that stopped you reaching the top, that stopped you reaching higher and higher positions. Like you had to kiss ass and you had to do a whole bunch of things. Basically, you had to be someone that conformed to somebody else's way of leading. It's very nasty energy, very toxic. And you realized what was going on, and you were like, I don't want to be a part of this, and you decided to slowly break away. But you were like, the more I break away, the more they want me to be a part. Like it's like you're either with us or you're against us. That's the way they viewed you. The people that were in the upper echelon of this company, they're like, you're either against us or you're with us. And you were like, I don't want to be a part of this toxic. Your energy was like screaming at them, like, I don't want to be a part of this toxic situation. And they recognized that you were screaming at them, and they basically tried to make things harder for you, and harder and harder. And now you've come to a point where you've left. And at this moment, you're recuperating your energy from all of that sort of sickness that they put you in. It's like a sickness that I'm seeing that they put you in because they knew like you wouldn't bend to them, you didn't believe in their BS basically, and you saw them for what they really were and how weak and pathetic they were, like huddling together like that, and you didn't really see it as something powerful. Like the way they viewed it as they were very powerful, you saw them as very weak and pathetic. to be like that in the first place. What you desire and what you want is a lot more. Let's jump into the reading and figure out more on what's going on for you and where you're going. So, as I was saying, you've been going through this situation, and you've been sort of recuperating your energy. And as you're recuperating your energy at this time, so the energy you're currently embodying before the week begins. So I'm doing this reading late, so you're already in this energy, or you have been. Pardon me. So you've gained a lot of enlightenment about what the situation was doing to you. It made you very stagnant. It made you sacrifice yourself for the pleasure of others. Now you're in this point of surrender. You see it in the story here. The fool gets trapped, and his foot gets caught, and he gets turned upside down basically, and he's there for days rather than fighting it. He decides to just go along with it and see if he can see the world from a view from upside down. And this is kind of what you're doing. You're deciding, you have been doing, because I'm doing this reading late. So this is your energy anyway. You're currently embodying this energy of like still seeing, things from an upside down point of view. You've left a job. You're in this state where you're like, what's next? What's coming next? And you're like, it's different. It's not, you haven't planned anything. So it's quite upside down. Like normally people would have another job lined up, ready to go, blah, blah, blah. And that's like the up way, the correct way, right? So you're upside down here, like trying to really, it's like this, rather than like this. But, you're like this right now. Really looking at this situation, this job that you've been in, and like what it was doing to you. It really made you sacrifice your time, energy, especially your energy. I'm seeing here you sacrificed a lot of your energy trying for the sake of people's happiness, not your own happiness. And you're gaining enlightenment of like, why the hell have I decided to put myself through this situation? This is why subconsciously you haven't applied for a new job. You haven't even applied. You're like, I don't want nothing to do along with those lines. It's like you got PTSD at this time. You've been traumatized by this job. You don't want to work for anyone anymore, is what I'm getting. You want to work for yourself. Like you've had enough of corporations and corporate politics. You're quite sick of how people run things, and you've seen it too. This is not your first job. Like you've had a few jobs, and you're quite sick of the way people are. In these corporations, how they act. You see them as very pathetic and weak, which they are. They all huddle together and cling to power when they don't have any power, when there is no power. It's just, what's the word? A sense of over loyalty to being a doormat, I guess. So you see everyone in this company is like a doormat to one another, to someone that's higher than them, and there's no real power in it. Their lives are a mess. These people that you were working with, that their lives were a mess, especially the people that were high up in the company, people that were in charge of you, and so on and so forth. But you've surrendered, and you're surrendering at this time, this situation, to the universe. You're like, I surrender. Like I'm not trying to force my life in a certain way. I'm not trying to force myself to be happy. I'm not trying to force myself to push myself to be financially stable. You desire financial stability here. I'm reading your energy. You really desire financial. It's like you have a longing for it, for financial stability. You're like, when is it going to happen for me? But you're kind of like, intentionally taking a pause at this time to gain new perspectives on how you can move forward, because you realize that the way you were moving, the way you thought, envisioned that I would move forward in my life, in your life, was to, you know, gain finances, gain a financial foothold, and then you would be able to like take another step up. But you're realizing that maybe that way isn't the way, because there's so many gatekeepers in companies, and they stop people from climbing up, especially the talented people. That's why a lot of companies now are very watered down, because it's just who can be the biggest ass kisser and they get promoted. And this is happening all over the world, to be honest with you. All companies, I would say, all big corporations are just full of ass kissers, and whoever can kiss the ass, whoever can polish that ass the most is the one that gets promoted, literally. And you don't want to be a part of it anymore. Like, you're inspired at this time to, this is why you've been taking this pause. It's like you've been gaining new perspectives, and these new perspectives are in line of inspiring you in new opportunities and new ideas that you can explore within yourself. And some of these are creative. Again, I was channeling something that you want to do something creative for yourself. Embroidery. I heard embroidery. You want to do embroidery, textiles, fashion. This is where your heart lies. So if this is something that you've been considering, this reading is for you. But you're being called to move in this direction. You're being called to move in the direction of your passions, because that's where you're going to see growth. You're not going to see growth in the way society tells you you're going to see growth, because that's the way you were behaving before. You were looking at things that society told you you needed to get in order to level up. You're realizing that's bullshit. It's like they told you that this is the way in, right? This is the way into this, where the grass is greener. But you're looking at the situation and you're seeing that there's like these gatekeepers there, right? And the rest of this place, there's so much open space that you can enter from the side or the back, and you're like, this is bullshit. Like, what they're telling us, there's a huge queue there and there's a bunch of gatekeepers there, right? They're only letting people in that can ask kiss, basically. And you're like, this doesn't make sense for me. Why should I stand in a queue when I can see there's no security there? There's no security there. I can literally just walk in from that way or walk in from that way. And that's kind of what's happening here. You're realizing that you have the power in your hands to choose what you want. You're realizing what's really important to you and what's not important to you. You're gaining a lot of vision about who you are, in regards to, you are the leader of your life. You're the authority in your life. Like, nobody controls you. Nobody gets to tell you what to do with your life. Nobody gets to tell you your break is half an hour, your break is 20 minutes. You know, no one gets to tell you, you need to do this job today, you need to do that job today. Like, you're somebody that you possess a lot of skills, a lot of powerful skills. You just don't believe in yourself, whoever you are, Taurus. You don't believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. You have a lot of skills, a lot of really, really creative skills that will allow you to become, very successful, very quickly. You have a very humble attitude towards learning, and a very humble attitude towards looking at yourself in a reflective way, and this allows you to really level up quickly, because you're able to see without ego where you have a fault. And this is in regards to creativity as well. This is going to really help you if you want to go into fashion, because you can see where there is a flaw in your design, where there's a flaw in the application of your design, and you can remodel and make whatever you have. You can make better iterations of whatever you're creating. Definitely, I would say get into embroidery, textiles, fashion, whichever one it is for you. Definitely pursue it. You're going to learn very quickly. You might be wondering, like, I don't have resources, I don't have, I need to go get a course. It's rubbish. You don't need to go to university. University is rubbish anyway. When I went to university, I studied a very difficult subject. I used to bunk all the time. I've been like a rebel since I was a kid, right? I used to bunk all the time. Like, I always did stuff that nobody's, like, I would get in trouble. I was always the one getting in trouble. And like a lot of the times, like in uni, like there was only like 5 or 6 people that used to know what was going on in my class, and I was one of them. And I never used to turn up. I only used to turn up to exams, and everybody was like, "How do you know? How do you know this?" And like, I go to lectures, blah blah blah. It's because they just read out things from PowerPoint presentations, and it's a lot worse than YouTube, because YouTube you can actually find people that explain stuff in very great detail. Whereas if you go to university, they don't actually teach you applications that are used. See, there's a confirmation. They don't use applications that. This is a confirmation. You don't need to go to university. Like in university, they only teach you like things that you can't apply in real life. Like they teach you like things, the subjects, the way that they are presented, they're a bit here, a bit there, a bit there. Like they don't teach you something that's complete, that you can go straight from university straight into the industry. That's why for every single job, like when you go to university, you have to have experience. Like I know people with masters and PhDs, they can't get jobs because they've got zero experience within the industry. No, and I have a friend who's really talented. He's been looking for a job. He's done his masters, still looking for a job for 2 years. You don't have to go university. YouTube's your best friend there. You can learn a lot on YouTube. You can learn everything you want on YouTube. Sewing machine, you can buy a second-hand one. You don't have to go up. It's better if you get a second-hand one, because you'll learn a lot of valuable skills. You'll gain a lot of valuable skills using something that is not perfect. Like another quick story from me. I don't know why I'm sharing a lot of my stories, but I used to be a music producer, and when I first started producing music, so I stopped doing it, not because I wasn't making money, but like I didn't feel right. But I stopped doing it because, when I started it, I didn't jump in and get all the best software, get all the best, sounds and stuff like that. I started off with like the basic stuff so I could understand what I was using and how to apply different effects, different things to my music. And this is something that is going to help you as well. If you buy like a second-hand sewing machine, you're going to be able to learn different ways of making stuff. I feel like your path is not going to be you're going to be quite revolutionary in the future in terms of fashion. Like your designs are I'm hearing like Alexander McQueen. I don't know what that guy is, but I'm seeing his hand. Karl Lagerfeld. That's what I'm hearing. Karl Lagerfeld. I'm seeing a black gloves and sunglasses. I think it is. I'm not privy with fashion anymore, but it's something along those lines. Like you're going to be someone like that. You're going to be very revolutionary in the future. And it's going to happen for you very quickly. Like you're going to be able to earn a steady income very quick. I'm seeing that movie, the one with Cruella. You're going to be like Cruella, like the way you come into the industry, not like as dramatic, but like the way she's able to be from nothing, like almost like poverty, to becoming like this icon, or like within a few months. Like that's what's going to happen to you. Like you're going to be recognized very quickly because your designs are going to be very, very, very good. Again, this is your sign if you want to get into it. That this is, that you probably clicked off if this reading's not for you at this point. But if you've already been considering, so some people like to be, I claim this, I claim that. You can't claim nothing. So this is not for you if you're one of those people. But if you're genuinely, trying to get into fashion, you've been considering it. Sorry, you haven't been trying to get into it. Like you haven't taken action. It's just been a thought. It's an inspired thought. You don't realize that Spirit's trying to nudge you in the right direction for your true fulfillment. Pardon me. This is not just fulfillment financially. Pardon me. This is fulfillment with your life. Like this is your soul's calling. Basically, you're being called to go in this direction. This is where you're going to find your true happiness. The happiness that you desire from life, the way you want to live, the way you want to wake up, you want to spend your day. This is it, basically. And again, like I was saying with that stuff, with the secondhand stuff, it's easy, information you can get easily from YouTube. Practice. I'm hearing part-time. Get a part-time. So do it part-time and get a part-time job to support yourself as you're doing this. See if you can get any benefits while you're from whatever country you're from, to help you support your living as you're embarking on this endeavor. And again, you don't need a course. You don't need a course. You're naturally talented. See, if you go on a course, they're going to teach you a way that is standard, but you're not standard. You're special. You're like in a good way. And what you bring to the table hasn't been taught before. So how can somebody teach you something they don't know that exists within you? The way you learn, the way you're going to learn your style, the way you're going to learn how to be you is by experimentation, is by application of experimentation. And you need obviously a sewing machine, or some thread and stuff like that, some cloths. Like, you need that stuff. You need a book to sketch and draw. Like, you can do it. You have the vision. You are gaining this vision of your future, and you're realizing that you are the authority here. You're protected spiritually in this time as you're moving forward. Believe in yourself. Believe that everything that you want and you desire will happen for you. And I see you here before the week begins. Or this is actually what you're currently embodying, because the week's begun. I'm late, sorry. But this, you're moving. You're deciding to choose your happiness. You're no longer saying, I'm putting my energy out for other people. I'm going to spend my time and energy wasting it on people, sacrificing myself, stagnating myself to make other people happy. The only one that really matters here is you. In your story, the only one that matters here is you. And you need to believe this more strongly. You need to embody this, that you always come first. No matter what it is that other person's going through, you always come first. They come second. And you're choosing to pursue this way of I feel like this idea you're already researching about how to implement it. Yeah, you're already researching. Like, you've been on TikTok, you've been on social media, and you're looking at people that are growing or scaling. And you're looking at people that are scaling their business, how they've scaled their business, what tactics they're using, what things they're doing to basically get attention, what platforms are they on, like all this stuff you're looking into. And you're making this very solid plan about your future. You're crossing the bridge. You're making this plan of how you're going to cross the bridge. Like, you see the other side and you're like, how am I going to get over to that side? And right now what you're doing is you're imagining this bridge, and it's very important that you continue imagining this bridge. This is not just pseudoscience or whimsical ideas that you're having. You're being led this way by spirit, and it's really important because you're being led to your abundance, your wealth, your luxury, and this is the kind of lifestyle you're going to be living. As you're making this plan, you're being successful. You don't realize it, but energetically you're becoming very successful, and you're attracting wealth to you. And this also marks the end of a cycle that you're currently in. So this cycle that you've been in, of like going round and round with jobs, like trying to get a foothold so you can level up in life, this is coming to an end. And you thought this was something external, but this is actually something internal that has to happen. You thought you needed to get an external foothold of your situation. I had a similar message for Capricorn. So if you have Capricorn in your chart, have a look at Capricorn's reading. But you thought it was something external, but it's actually an internal choice that you make that allows you to get a foothold in your life. A foothold basically of making this big change, this ending this loop that you've been in, this continuous loop. I see you've been going around and around, and you're quite dizzy at this point. You're like, when is it going to end? Like, you're just like, ooh, like in the cartoons when they get dizzy and they've got that little ring around their head with the stars, and they're like, ooh. Like, I'm seeing that. You're like quite dizzy, like of going round and round, and quite tired of it, to be honest. And by you doing this, it's like almost uniting yourself. You're coming into great harmony within yourself. It's a massive healing energy of your light and your shadow self, your light self and your shadow self. They're coming into great harmony within. You're going to be attracting soulmates, and soulmates don't need to be people that you your lover. These can be friends, people you work with, like your team. I feel like you're going to have a team. I'm seeing Cruella again. When she goes into the shop and she gets that guy to work for her, I forgot. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in ages. Maybe you should watch that movie. It's relevant for you. But when she goes into that shop and she hires that guy, it's kind of like that. That's he's her soulmate, and you're going to be having like people that you're going to be working with. I don't see love as in your near future. It's going to come, but when you're in a better position financially. And this comes from about you discovering yourself first to a very great detail about really who you are and who your power is. Like I see you're just in the shallow waters right now of really figuring out who you are, but you will go to the depth in the near future within the next, well, I'm seeing 1 to 2 years. You will be going deeper and deeper and deeper after 1 2 years. Like you will be going deeper now, but like getting to the real depth of who you are is going to be in 1 to 2 years time. But during this period, you will be working materially on your finances, your profession. And it's going to be very fruitful for you. Again, like I said, I see you becoming very successful within 5 to 6 months, being recognized, having a stable income where you're not able to worry about rent, bills, and stuff like this. You're going to be able to live and enjoy like nice meals. Like you'll be able to have like those evening weekend meals and stuff like that. You'll be able to enjoy your life like in a way, in a fun way, where you get to be inspired by things that you do even more. And your creativity is gonna spike, and as it is right now, your energy right now is you have technically stepped into this new cycle. Like you've integrated the old into the new, and you're moving forward. You're whole. You feel whole right now, don't you? And you might be thinking it might be because you've left the job. It is because you've left the job, but also because you've been doing the introspection. You've been looking within and healing. You've been recuperating just from resting, being away from this job that you quit. You've been healing yourself. And you're coming into great harmony within yourself, and not just harmony, but you're becoming very optimistic. You're very optimistic at this time, and you're very protected again spiritually. Your energy is very good, and you're having a lot of bright ideas, and this is stemming from you being in this sort of initial phase of like when you first quit and you were just like looking at that job. So this is where these bright ideas are coming from. Like you have this vision already, like you gained a vision first of like which way you need to move. So like you've already been researching this. So this is again your confirmation that this is for you. You've already been researching the way forward. And you're very optimistic that you can do it. You believe in yourself, which is really important. And you have this like what's the word? You have a lot of enthusiasm. You're like a teen, an enthusiastic teen. Like when you're a teenager and you're like, I want to try this and I want to try that and I want to try this. That's kind of what you're doing right now. But what you don't realize is in this period, you're actually being led by spirit. You're being guided. So you're very protected. Don't think anything bad is happening to you spiritually. You're not under attack. Some of you might think you're under attack or something like that. Something fishy is going on. You feel like something fishy is going on because you've been in this constant loop and you're dizzy now. But no, you have broken this loop. And again, this is your confirmation is that you've broken this loop, is that you're already planning for whatever this thing is. And again, I think it's embroidery, fashion, textiles. No, it's not anything other than that. So it's something along those lines that you're already looking into, and this is your confirmation that this reading is for you. If it's not, you can click off. So as you start the week, you're gaining a lot of clarity about the aspects. Oh, this is very deep. About the aspects within yourself that you've been avoiding. So it's like you've been avoiding certain parts within yourself because they're very scary, they're very turbulent. But you're at this moment of time where it's like the fear is gone from within. Like you're not afraid of anything anymore. It's like you're not afraid of anything anymore. There's no fear. Like you're willing to go through whatever it is you need to go through. I'm seeing Slumdog Millionaire. Like when he goes, you're ready to go through whatever to get to where you need to get to, but you're not doing it for someone else. You're only doing it for yourself. You're willing to do it for yourself. But it's like the waters have now calmed down within yourself, and like you're like saying, you know, I'm not afraid to go there within myself. Like the aspects that I've been avoiding within me, the ones that I've looked at objectively, I need to get down to the bottom of them and, you know, heal myself from heal myself so that I can be more whole, so that I can be more complete as a person, so that people can't take advantage of me. That's where people take advantage of you, and you know it. Where you have insecurities, where you feel a sort of a lack. That's where people take advantage of you because they're able to see it. Yeah, you want to be more happy. You want to feel more warmth, more positive energy. This is why you're doing this. So you're doing this for your own happiness, for your own joy, for your own delight. You're healing yourself so you can be like this child on the horse. You are already like this child on the horse. This is what you don't realize. You're being led here forwards. I feel like you need to be in the sun a little bit more, like, you know, like he's up there and the sun's watching him. Like you need to be in the sun more, like just sit in the sun for maybe like 20 minutes, get as much skin as you can, sun on your skin as much as you can while you're out there. I know it's getting into autumn, but like, you know, when it's hot, just, you know, get as much as sun on your skin as you can, because it's going to help you tap more into this positive energy, this warmth that you are envisioning for yourself, and it's going to help you in this situation of really illuminating. You kind of see here, like there's no illumination on this card, but then you have this card like that, right? And then the sun kind of helps illuminate you know, where you need to make the decision. The sun's like almost illuminating your way to how you need to heal yourself, which is really important for you. And I see you delving really deep and doing a lot of this sort of, it's like you're challenging all these different parts that have been kind of hidden from you all this time, because you've been avoiding them. It's like you're kind of challenging them all at once. And trying to say, like, you know, I'm healing myself now. You can go, you can go, you can go. You know what I mean? Pardon me. And as you see this, you're gonna realize you're very protected, because you're not gonna see any harm as you're doing this externally or internally. Like things are just gonna get better and better for you. Like the way you view the world is going to get better. Like I'm seeing your mood is going to get better and better. The more you do this, the more your mood's going to get better. And this is your energy from Monday to Wednesday. So you're going to be doing this from between Monday and Wednesday. And as you do this, you're going to see a lot of growth. You're going to see a lot of growth, again, internally, externally. Your creativity is going to bloom even more. Your generosity as well for yourself. I feel like you're more generous with others than you are with yourself. Like you're very generous with others. You are generous with yourself, but not as much as you are with others. Like you have like this caring nature where you care for your tribe. I'm hearing you care for your tribe, but you haven't found your tribe yet. So you've been caring for the wrong people. Like you have friends, but they're not part of your tribe in the future, is what I'm seeing. Like you haven't met your tribe yet. Like where you've been in this loop of going round and round. It's like a prerequisite of you actually stepping into your power. It's like you had to break free of like the jail. These are your jail mates. I'm hearing jail mates. Like, you know, when you're in prison and you got no other choice but to make friends with people that are around you. That's what's happened. These are not people that have the same, and this is a confirmation as well. Like these, you know for a fact that these people don't have the same goals and aspirations as you. They're not as ambitious as you are. You're very ambitious. You want to see a lot of good done in your life. Like you want to be rich. You want to do this, do that. You want to have all these wonderful experiences that for them are like, oh, that's boring. That's long. That's, you know, that's too much effort. That's too much work. You know, that's the way they view these situations, and that's because they've been in the prison with you. The prison of being this sort of loop you've been in is like you haven't really stepped foot on your true purpose. You've been called to go this way, but you had to learn the lessons of your value. Basically, this is what lessons you've been learning, and in this job that you quit, that's what you learned, your value. Because you learned how valuable you are to the company, how valuable your time and energy was, how valuable your work was to the company. Without you, there was a shit show. Like, you know, things would be a mess every day. Just one day you would go and like everything would turn upside down. Just one day. And so as you're doing this and you're clearing up things, you're going to realize that, that you need to be more generous with yourself. You're going to be choosing, again, you're choosing to move more in the direction of your happiness here. You're choosing to move more in this direction, and you're becoming very clever. Like you've always been clever, but you've never used your clever because you've been so generous that you've given your cleverness away to people. Like you've been dumbing yourself down. Like you've been bringing yourself. I'm seeing like you're a lion, right? And you've brought yourself down to a hyena because you're like, everybody else is a hyena. Let me pretend I'm a hyena too. But they can all see you, but in your disguise is not very good. Like you're bigger, like your energy is very big compared to everybody else, and they feel you, they know you. Like they always like this is your confirmation as well. People are always looking at you. Like when you're in your job, your last job, people like that you worked with were always looking at you. When you had your back turned or whatever, but they were looking at you all the time. It's because they noticed something off about you that they didn't have. And that was like, you're like this lion. I'm seeing you as like this lion. I know you're a Taurus, but like, I'm seeing you as like your energy is like this lion. And they're like the hyenas. And you've got this disguise on like a hyena. You've got like this mask on. And I'm a hyena too. And they're like, no, you're not. And you've been trying to like convince them, doing the hyena laugh. But they know what you are. They see you. The only one that doesn't believe, what they are is you. But you're very protected, and you need to embody this energy of a lion. Look, use this courage as you're moving forward. Embody your own energy, of like this lion. You're like this. So what a lion is to me is like something that is very powerful and courageous creature. Noble as well. It's a very noble creature. It's got a lot of grace. A lion, it's the king of the jungle, but it doesn't eat everything. The lion, it only goes after what it deems as good for eating. Whereas the lioness will go after everything, But it's like I'm seeing you as like this lion, even if you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But I'm seeing you like as Mufasa, like from Lion King. That's kind of what your energy is. Taurus, you're like Mufasa. You understand a lot. Like you're very wise and you're very clever, but you've been so generous that you've been giving you've never had like a spiritual guide. Like you have spiritual guides as in the spiritual, but like in the physical, you've never had someone that could explain who you are. Well, until you see me, of course. Of course. But you've never had anyone growing up or all these years like explaining to you like who you are, and like not who you were, but like what you were capable of and what you needed to understand about yourself, like in terms of like you're being like a lion, like you have this great energy about you. You can see many things happen for you very successfully. You have a lot of creative skills, organization skills, leadership skills. You're a very powerful person here in the physical realm. And you will be like in the future. I see it is in your future. You're very lucky. You're going to be very lucky in regards to this career, in regards to fashion, textiles, embroidery. And just know you're going to be feeling very clever. So as you're healing more and more, you're going to be feeling more and more clever. Midweek here between Wednesday and Friday, you're going to feel very fatigued. So as you're doing this very heavy energetic work between Monday and Wednesday, which is very necessary for you, by the way, you need to go through it in order for you to transcend your current position in all senses. You're going to feel very fatigued, very battle weary, very tired basically of like the way you've been living life. You're going to see your life and be like, oh my God, I can't believe my whole life I've been living like this and I've allowed things to carry on like this. Like, I'm hearing that quote, like the true definition of madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That's what you've been doing this whole time, your whole life, like in regards to leveling up. You've been doing the same thing, going around and around in circles and getting dizzy, doing the same kind of jobs and, same situations, same mindset, and you've just been going in circles, and then you quit, relaxed, recovered, and then got yourself back into another situation, and you kept going in a cycle. You didn't learn a lesson, that you needed to learn about your self-worth. This time you have learned it, and you're deciding to move away from all of that rubbish. And this is, you're kind of realizing that it's made you very tired of life. It's made you very, like, not tired currently of like life in general, but it's the reason why you feel so tired. It's the reason you kind of put yourself in this position, and you're realizing you have the wisdom to see that you put yourself in this position unknowingly. You didn't know any better because, again, you didn't have anyone to really help you discover yourself. Like, I see you were very talented as a child, but people didn't want you to become too big because you were a threat even as a child to adults, and they wanted to. It was almost like a way of controlling you by keeping you small, by not telling you things openly. Like, your family would have like these family meetings where you wouldn't be invited, and you would be like the odd one out, and everybody else would be invited, and you would be like, why wasn't I invited? And all these, it's because your parents saw you as a threat, because your energy, even as a baby, you were somebody very magnetic. You were very magnetic and beautiful. Like, you got a lot of attention from people, and your parents actually were jealous of that attention. And at this point in time, like, your parents are not at the forefront of your life. I see you're living by yourself at the moment. You're not living with your parents, you're living by yourself, and you're trying to support yourself, and that's why you're worried and very fearful, as I was channeling at the beginning, because you're like, how am I going to make ends meet of like moving forwards in my life? Like, you don't want to ask them for help because you know that there's going to be some strings attached, because they're not honest people with you. Like, you know this intuitively, like you feel it in your heart, and you know it, and you're right. This is your confirmation that you are right. Don't ask them for help, they're not going to help you. They're going to expect 10 million times back from you than what they're giving to you. And that's how the relationship is with you, because they see you as a threat even now, in their age. But you don't need their help. Like, you have a very strong support spiritually, and you're very powerful yourself. You can make everything happen for yourself, believe it or not. You have the capability to do it right now. And this is what you're realizing, and you're deciding to really use your intuition. You're gonna be tapping into your spirituality quite a lot. I don't know if you can see it, but like, it's like your third eye is awakening. I think you're having a spiritual awakening here on a very deep level. It's because you've decided to move into this new, decide to close the end of the cycle. So you have decided currently, before watching this reading, you have decided to try a different way to live, or try a different way to exist, rather than the way you've been doing it, because it's left you feeling like this. You're like, I'm not doing this anymore, because this is you're victorious, you're still alive, you're still standing. I'm hearing that song by Elton John, Still Standing. But like, you're like, I'm not going down that route again, because it always ends in the same way. And you're realizing that that's not your way forward. That's not the way to your true life path. I think you can see it there, but that's your path there. This is what you're stepping onto. It's like you've been in this barrier, you've been trying to overcome this barrier, and now you're actually stepping onto the land. And how you're doing it is using your intuition, and your intuition has been leading you in this direction of this career that you've been, considering in textiles, fashion, embroidery. And this is your direction. This is the direction you're moving in now. You're deciding to step into your purpose. You're realizing to some degree that this is your purpose, without even some of you, without even watching this reading. And this is between Wednesday and Friday, and you're deciding to be at peace with yourself, with the way your life looks. You're like, my external doesn't look right the way I want it to, but I'm going to trust in where I'm being led this time, and I'm going to follow through with where I'm going to take the footsteps. It's like you seeing like the print in the mud, like, and like when there's footsteps in the mud and you see the print in the mud, you're seeing the prints in the mud, and you're like, I'm going to move in that direction this time. Before, you used to doubt the direction that you were being led in, and you're like, it's not very realistic, and that's why you kept going in a loop. You try to be too realistic, you try to be too grounded. Yes, you try to be too grounded. You need to, in order for you to evolve, you're not meant to be grounded. You're meant to only ground yourself in situations where it calls for your grounding. Now you have this understanding that you need to allow yourself to be free. not grounded, because your sense of grounded is not what grounded is. Your sense of grounded is become sort of like a box for you. The way you see grounded is like a box for you. It boxes you in. It doesn't allow you to move forward. It's like I'm seeing like a stone box that is around you, but it looks like stone, but it's made of mud, and it's like some of it's stone, like the walls are made of stone, but the top is mud, and you can easily break out of it. You have enough strength to do so. And I'm seeing you doing it now, and it's like a rainbow. It's like a rainbow after you. It's like you're flying up, and there's like a rainbow coming down after you. Again, it's like you're like this bright light that's just breaking free of this box, of this prison, like this earthly prison that you've made yourself. And you felt it's very deeply connected to your star sign. You felt like this is the way a Taurus needs to be, and you're realizing that that's rubbish. The way you need to be is the way you feel, not the way that people have said in social media or whatever, that this is what a Taurus does. And you're understanding this to a very great detail about who you are, and you're freeing yourself, you're allowing yourself to be free, and you're stepping more into a state of feeling at peace within yourself for the first time in a very long time. Like you're no longer fighting your urges, you're no longer fighting your desires, you're no longer fighting what you feel like you've been trying to be realistic as much as you can, but you're no longer doing that. You're like, I need to be a bit delulu, I guess. Not delulu. It's not delulu. I mean, you're saying it's a bit delulu, but it's not delulu. It's being free. You're deciding to be free. You've realized that you've kept yourself trapped. You kept yourself small. You're no longer allowing yourself to be like this. Between Friday and Sunday, you're really taking authority. You're deciding that, look, I need to build a new structure within my life. I have the power to do it. I'm building a new structure within my life. I'm no longer following the rules. I'm no longer following what society expects from me. I'm no longer following what society tells me what to do to be successful. I'm making my own rules. I'm making my own structure. I'm being the authority in my life. He has a beard here, big ass white beard, and he's like almost representative of your wisdom. You've gained a lot of wisdom here in this last cycle that you've been in. You're integrating this wisdom of not being so brash anymore. Like you're ready to go. You've got your armor on, but like you're like, I don't need to be brash anymore. I'm gonna use my wisdom and allow it to help me move forward. Allow my wisdom to sort of guide me of what is good for me and what isn't good for me, because you know what's good for you and what's not good for you. But like in past situations, you just were brash and you jumped straight into the next situation, and that's how you ended up in the same cycle, and you kind of got dizzy. Well, not kind of, you really got dizzy, here. And this is what happened, you kept going in the cycle. You're like, I had the wisdom to recognize where this cycle starts. In whatever way it tries to start, I'm gonna avoid starting that cycle again, but I'm gonna choose what I'm being guided to do this time round. And what you don't realize is this is really helping you step in this new cycle in a very powerful way. You're gonna be accelerating like crazy. Look, this being here is almost is representative of Set, the Egyptian god. And Set is almost coming up, like around, and I'm kind of seeing you here on this wheel. It's like stuck on the wheel as well. The wheel's moving so fast, like those rides where it turns around so fast that you can't get off the wall. Like this is kind of what's happening. Like you're on this ride as well. You're on the top side here, coming up behind Set, and you're kind of like he's like out of the circle. It's kind of like you're here in his place and he's kind of like out here watching you come up. So you're quite connected to Set and the gods and goddesses of the underworld, whatever culture they're from. Yeah, I'm hearing Anubis, Hades, Persephone. Okay, I'm hearing names I can't pronounce, but you're connected to like civilizations, like different civilizations that have come before, different gods and goddesses that are connected to the underworld. You have so I'm hearing you need to buy lapis lazuli rings, necklace. You need to buy a lapis lazuli necklace. and this is going to really help you connect to these divine beings, these angels, that are there for you, to help you, guide you through your life, basically. Yeah, you're very connected to powerful deities and angels, I guess. Um, and you believe in angels, right, at this time, but what you don't realize is that they're gods and goddesses, they're not angels. Like, you're being watched over by powerful, you have a powerful protection. You're meant to rise up the way you are. Again, I'm seeing Cruella. It's very relevant for you. But your luck is changing, you know. You're stepping really into your destiny by saying, I'm no longer fitting into the status quo. I'm making my own path. I'm deciding to do things my own way, using my own cleverness. Like, you're very clever, and you need to use your own cleverness because it's going to help you move forward. Don't be so dependent on tarot readings, even mine. Use your own cleverness because you hold all the answers within. Just buy yourself some lapis lazuli, and it's going to really help you connect more to your spirituality, more to these deities that are watching over you and protecting you as you move forward, protecting you from harm, protecting you from, I'm hearing they're protecting you in the night from people, from men. You're being protected from lustful people, hideous people is what I'm hearing. Like nasty energies. You're being really, like, your energy is very pure and you have a very powerful energy. You don't know how to protect it though, and you've been protected this whole time. And you're like a deer in headlights, and like these deities just come in and they just save you all the time, especially in the night time. That's when the deers get stuck in the headlights, isn't it? Because you want to have your headlights on if it was daytime. And so, like, in the nighttime, when people come up to you and they've got their headlights just blaring at you, like headlights as in being their lust or like their energy blaring at you, you're being protected, like, very heavily. Persephone comes for you, for you very strong. Very, very strong. You're loved. You're very loved. You need to believe you're loved. I know you didn't receive a lot of love growing up. You felt they're like the odd one out. But believe me, you are very, very, very loved. Like, you have a longing for a sort of romantic love, like Hades and Persephone. Like, you have this sort of you're obsessed with their story, or like the Addams family. It's either the yeah, it's both. It's both. Like, you want a love like the Addams family, or like like Patricia and I forgot it, Mr. Adams. I don't know his name. Or I think it's Patricia. Is it Patricia? But Mr. and Mrs. Adams and Persephone and Hades. Like, you're obsessed with those kind of love stories. You want a love like that in your life, and it comes from your connection to them. You don't know it though. You think they're angels, but you're interested in the fan fiction of the fiction of the story. You think it's fiction. It's not. It's real. Get yourself some lapis lazuli and you'll be able to connect. There's nothing to be afraid about. They're not harmful to you. They don't want to hurt you. They love you. And you love them, but you just don't know who they are. Which is crazy. Yeah, see, look. They give to you from like kindness and love. Like, they give to you and they don't give to other people. Here you see here, this woman here, she's asking for him and he's giving it to her, but you see she has something in her pocket already. She has something valuable and is dropping out. She's more concerned about what's in front of her. She only cares what she sees. She doesn't care about like what she's already has. Whereas this one, she has nothing and she's asking, like, from a place of humility, from a place of humbleness, like, and he's blessing her. It's kind of like, these Hades and Persephone, they came through very strongly for you, of like giving to you. They're able to see you for who you really are, like this loving person that you are. They see your heart for who you are, and that's why they love you. They don't love you because you're like this person, you're very like greedy about what's in front of them. Like, you're very open and honest, and they see you, and that's why they love you, and they give you what you want. They're trying to help you become more in harmony with yourself, you meet people that help you along your way. You've had people that have helped you in some way or another in your journey in life, and this is from them. They've inspired people to help you um, move forward. Like even in your jobs, like the way you've been getting jobs, it's through their help. They've been helping you a lot, like unlock yourself in a massive way. Like they really care about you, and they want you to really keep moving forward. Like moving forward with a lot of conviction. There's a confirmation. Keep moving forward with a lot of confirmation about, your true destiny is coming in for you. Your true life is coming in for you. Again, watch that movie, the Cruella one. It's really relevant. I keep seeing it for you. Like you're gonna be going from rags to riches very quickly. But you can mark this down. It's gonna be 5-6 months from now. 7 for some of you, because you're going to be working a bit slowly. But do it part time, work part time, and do this thing part time, and you'll be all right for a few months. Like just, I see that you don't need you don't need any other hobbies. This is going to be your ultimate hobby because you really enjoy it, and as you keep doing it, you're going to not realize where time's going, but you're going to really hone your skills and get really good at it. Again, this is for your benefit. Like you're going to see a lot of wealth coming from it, and a lot of recognition. Your recognition is going to come first, and then wealth. Yeah, really nurture it like it's your baby. Nurture it. You see how she's holding that pentacle. Really nurture this, and really nurture this idea, and nurture this profession, nurture the skill, and it will be very prosperous for you. You're going to be manifesting a lot as you work on the skill, because it's your true path. This is your soul's calling, that where you're being led. This is where you're being led. Like this is your true path in life, and this is where you're gonna find ultimate fulfillment. Like you will not find it anywhere else other than here, simply because you know it in your heart that this is. You always have like an inkling towards it. Like you're very fashionable already. The way you dress is very fashionable. Like people always compliment you on how you put your outfit together. But you think it's, you've been influenced by someone, but it's not. This is coming from within. There's your confirmation. And as you nurture yourself and you really become more prosperous, you're really going to be tapping into your divine blessings. They're going to come in for you very powerfully. It's going to help rekindle like this sort of hope within yourself, this faith within yourself of who you are. And again, you're very clever. Use your smarts, use your cunningness, use your brain, use your cunningness. You're very smart. Use your cunning to help you move forward, help you break into the industry. You can definitely do it. Divine blessings are going to come in for you as you keep doing this, as you keep being cunning. Your divine blessings, the stars are all going to align for you, is what I'm seeing here. You're going to see a renewal within your potential. Like you're going to become greater than you could even imagine right now. Like who you're meant to become, like in the future. Like you're breaking out of this prison, like in a major way. Like I sing like you're breaking out, and there's like these massive walls, and then there's like these spotlights and there's towers, and they're like trying to watch for people breaking out in the middle of the night. The night's very significant for you. You have a very powerful connection to the nighttime. You like being awake during the night, is what I'm getting. But you don't realize this because you have a connection. You don't realize it. You're not very tapped into your spirituality as much as you would like. This is a call for you to tap into your spirituality more and more if you can. And you're going to be doing this intuitively. You are being led intuitively. I see it's a staged process that you need to go through, but just be open to it. Again, the more open you are to your future, the more your future is going to come to you. Yeah, look. Intuition. Use your intuition to lead you forward. And believe it or not, behind her, she's got this thing, this curtain which represents, which has pomegranates on it, and the pomegranates are connected to Persephone. Can't make it. I need to stop saying that. But you're very connected to Persephone. Your intuition's kind of. Your intuition is going to be a lot more heightened the more you continue to live the way you are living. Live more in the night time and sleep in the daytime is what you're currently doing. Keep doing it. This is going to allow your connection to deepen. Don't try to switch up. I see you switch up your sleeping pattern sometimes, but you feel better when you sleep at night. sleep during the day, sorry. Do you feel better when you sleep at night? You do, but you feel alive when you sleep during the day and wake up at night. And that's what you need to follow. You need to sleep during the day and stay awake at night. And that's how you're going to really tap more into your intuition, tap more into reprogramming your subconscious, is by you going the opposite way. Interesting. So what you don't realize here is like, very interesting. So what you don't realize here is that, by you being in this hangman position, it's upside down, right? I was doing that. This is how you actually are. The more upside down you are in your life, the more you're going to move forward in your life. And I'm seeing this with Cruella as well, because she has an alter ego that's completely the opposite of who she is, right? And that's how she breaks into the industry. And that's kind of what you need to embody, not as an alter ego, but as who you are. Because that's who you really are. That's not your alter ego. Like, who you are right now is your alter ego, because your subconscious has been molded. But as you stay awake during the nighttime and you go to sleep during the daytime, you're going to move more and more into being who you really are. That's really powerful. That's really powerful. So you're gonna really, like, I sing here, like, you have the strength, like, to do stuff, but will you or will you not do it is the question. And here, the more you stay up during the nighttime and sleep during the daytime, the more you're going to establish what is in your strength to do. Not physical strength, but internal strength, like you actually going upon this path, and you're going to bring a lot of balance into your life. You're going to, like, you feel like you might be thinking that you're going to have to juggle things around in your life, but what you don't realize is you're not actually juggling them. You're actually, by juggling things, you're creating something from nothing. So here in the story, he creates two pentacles from one. He juggles the one around and it becomes two. And that's kind of what you're doing here. You're coming into great balance and harmony within yourself the more you stay awake. And not only that, but behind this curtain here leads to an inner temple that we all have within ourselves. And you can go back to this temple whenever you need to. And this is like a spiritual seat within inside of yourself that you will be able to go into at any time in any situation, whether it's stressful or not. You'll be actively able to go in it. And the link here is, Persephone for you. And she really wants to come through. She's really telling me she loves you. As a mother, she really loves you. You don't know her. You know her, but you don't know her. But she really loves you. Something green. I don't know. Green amulet. You have some kind of green amulet that you found. You still have it to this day. It's from her. She gave it to you. Like, you found this green amulet. It was all muddy. And you found this green amulet somewhere. It was a present from her to you. You still wear it to this day. You don't know where it came from, but it's brought you a lot of good stuff, good luck. It's from her. She's blessed you. She looks out for you like a mother. Because your mother wasn't really there for you. She always saw you as competition. Yeah, your mother saw you as competition. But to access this, you need to kind of... So the pomegranates here represent Persephone's connection to the underworld, right? And so this is kind of like your connection to her, which is interesting. And the more you stay awake at night, the more you're going to be able to tap into your creativity. I'm seeing you very connected to the moon as well. The energy of the moon is going to be very important for you. The moon cycles are very important for you moving forwards. You're going to be understanding a lot about yourself, your light self and your shadow self moving forwards in the coming future. So your outcome here, so I'm pulling out some outcome for you, right? So your outcome here is that you're deciding to allow things to break down. You're allowing things to be chaotic within your life. You're allowing the old to fall away, to break away, um, to almost be demolished. You're like, this is a false way that I am. And you're doing this from a place of honesty, empathy, and respect for yourself. Pardon me. Yeah, you're doing this from respect for yourself, truth and honesty, wisdom and respect for yourself. You're deciding to say, the way I've been up until this time, like, it's given me very strong willpower. I'm no longer allowing myself to be like that, be like this kind of person that is needing to have control over my whole life, control over what goes on in my life, what doesn't go on in my life, allowing myself to be very needy and greedy, trying to force situations to happen in my life because I see other people doing better than me, people that I knew from school, college, whatever, friends that that are doing better than you. Like, I'm no longer being like this kind of person, trying to match myself with other people, because it's putting me in this energy of Four of Pentacles, which doesn't allow any energetic movement. It's a stagnation, and she loses all these pentacles in the story here. She becomes very greedy. She's like, I'm the Queen of Pentacles, and she runs away. She takes the coins from her sisters, and she runs away basically. And she sits on this thing, and she's like, I'm the Queen of Pentacles, and she loses all the pentacles. She says this, like, they all roll down the hill and they go into the city and they get lost forever. But here you're letting go of this. You're cutting this out. You're saying, this is no longer who I am. You're looking at this self of yours and you're like, this is not me. This is not who I am. This is not what I embody. This is not what I want for myself. This is not what I want for my future. And you're saying, do you know what? I'm abandoning this. I'm cutting it out from my life. I'm no longer deciding to be this person, because this person has me trapped, imprisoned. You're realizing that this, I was seeing before, this sort of mud prison, this mud and rock prison that you've been in, that you thought that was what Taurus was meant to be. You're breaking free. You're realizing that you being like this, of being very sort of brash and being very needy, greedy, controlling, like, I need to secure this. My security comes above everything else. Like, you're saying, this is making me feel imprisoned. This is making me feel like, I can't move forward. It's making me trapped. It's causing a lot of negative thinking, a lot of negativity within your mind about who you are, what you're doing with yourself. And you're like, I'm no longer accepting this, as my narrative. I'm allowing this tower to fall. It's a fake tower. And it's like, you've been crowned here, like, see, this crown has been on your head. It's not been allowing your downloads to come in for you. And I'm seeing, like, Persephone come in here. Persephone and Hades are just like, getting this lightning bolt is coming from them. I'm seeing this cloud as the moon for whatever reason. There's no moon here, but I'm seeing it as a moon. And it's kind of like they're coming in very strongly for you, just knocking off this fake thing that had been on your head that wasn't allowing downloads to come to you, that wasn't allowing you to be. It's like this narrow-mindedness. It's like the roof of the prison that I'm seeing here that's being destroyed, so that you can break free. And as you break free, like I said, there's like a rainbow coming out from you as you're going up. But as you can see here on the tower, it's like the foundation that was implanted in you is different from the actual stone of the tower. Look, the stone is different. And this is what you're realizing, that you've built upon something that was never yours. There was never your idea, never your energy. And you built upon this whole tower from your own energy. And you're realizing that this wasn't me, basically. And you had this hat on top that protected you from the lightning, And the lightning is representative of your true spiritual guidance, your true spiritual connection. And so it's being knocked off here. And this is your crown chakra that was blocked. So your crown chakra now is becoming unblocked in a very powerful way. And this is your outcome for the week. So by the end of the week, you're making some huge movements forward. into a new way of being, which is really going to benefit you in so many ways. You have no idea yet how powerful this is, but this is really, really powerful for you. So again, really follow your heart here. Really follow your heart moving forward. Really ask your heart the questions of like, what's going on? What am I doing with myself? Really ask your heart from a place of purity, not from a place of ego. And you're going to find the answers within, not from external, from within. Your own heart is going to guide you to your truth. It's like you see here, there's these wings here and these wings here. These wings are like your spiritual wings, and that's your wings. I see them almost like growing out as you're asking your heart your question, because as you can see here, it's here, like, you know, again, crown chakra is open and it's going into your heart where that's already there. And in the spiritual, you know, these wings are already there, and I'm seeing your wings kind of like just growing out here. So you're asking your heart the right questions, and you're being guided to do this. And what you don't realize is that this is really you're closing out this cycle. You're really embodying. You're completing this cycle. You're accomplishing the end of this cycle. It's been closed. It's being sealed off for you. So you no longer have to go back, but you have to be courageous to move forward. Be courageous to move forward. Have the willpower, have the courage to move forward, because it's within you. And again, you're going to be moving very fast, very, very fast into the future. You're going to be seeing a lot of growth. By the end, this is your outcome. So by the end of the week, you're going to be feeling a lot of growth within. It's going to translate to your external as well, but within you're seeing a lot of growth. Your creativity this week, at the end of the week, is going to be increased. You're going to have these ideas. Make sure you write them down. Keep a book or whatever. Write these ideas down, and so you can implement them later. Again, I'm seeing very heavily textiles, and you're going to be working on some sort of whatever the fashion is. You're going to be working. So this is divinely guided for you to do, and this is going to really lead to your success, your wealth, your happiness, and you're going to be waking up every day and feeling very grateful. And this starts from the end of this week. Even though you don't have a job yet lined up, things are going to start working out for you miraculously. Like you're not going to have to put a lot of effort. Yeah, you're not going to have put a lot of effort. You're not going to have a lot of material troubles moving forward. You're not going to be left out. You're not going to feel like you're in poverty. Like you're going to be working towards something that's going to really pay out for you. You're really going towards wealth, you know. So it's looking really good for you, really, really good for you. I'm going to leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you would like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon. Ooh.